So welcome back everyone. So in today's lecture we are trying to solve this new theory that is was based on like process and networking in Linux. Okay. So in process and Linux in networking, so first thing we see that PS command in Linux. So what is the use of PS command and what does this mean? Like PS command in the Linux is used to display the information about currently running process. Okay, so when we talking and we see that how like PS command will show, so whenever we type on PS thing, so it will enter, so it will show like PID TTY, this thing, so okay, time CMD, all these things. So it provide a snapshot of the process at a time and the command is executed, and system administrator completely use its to monitor process. Okay, troubleshoot issue and identify the resource uses, display the currently running process on the Linux, and identify the ID. Okay, and management task like stop the process and view the process ownership. Let's see. Okay, the file process, all this thing. So like example is that if we display the process in a current terminal, this command display the process running in the current cell. So when it executed without an option, is the PS command. So like when it executed without any option, so that PS command only show a process associated with the current terminal. So in that case, it will return PID, okay, TTY, time CMD, okay, time and CMD. So in the PID, that is the unique ID of this process. So that is given as like 1719 and 1728. Okay. TTY mean that this TTY, this is stand for the terminal type controlling the particular process. Terminal type controlling the particular process. Okay. And the time, like amount of CPU in minute and second that process has been running. In that case is 0. And the command that name the command that launched this process. Okay, so like syntax in which we have to like give some options. Okay, the PS command used to display the process information. Okay, this option, if we write something like PS, we have to write some options. Okay, so PS command, we know that it display the like currently running process, and this option flag that modify how the process information is displayed. Without an option, PS display the information about the process associated with the current terminal. Okay, so option in the PS, so like option that we are talking in the PS will be look like, so display all running. So for that one, if we write for the option, first option is that is -e. Okay, so what he will do, so he like -he option display all the running process. We see all the running process on the system use this option when we need to complete the list of system process, including like background services, like we background services, all this thing, background services. Okay, including like process for the other users. Every process is written. So these are the PID and TTY. We understand what is TTY. At a time terminal type controlling the particular which type of terminal. So we don't know the exact which type of terminal is controlling which thing. Okay, so let me set one thing. Set this place. Okay. Okay. So everything I can like set. Okay. So everything is set. Okay. So yeah. So but the first option we know that -e that display all the currently running process. Okay. So we see. And what if we type PS-F? So like F display full process format. So let's see. Like it's so how it's so like a root PID, that is this one. Okay, so if we type simply PS-F, so it will show the like this we are like currently the process which are running information. So it have a root like UID, one more thing, right? UID, then PID, then PPID. Okay, and C as time, TTYD, terminal type. Okay, times and the command all for this one. Okay, we see that. What if write like PS-EF? So in that case, it will return, it will F option display the full format of listing, including the additional column point like for a process ID, all this thing process ID, which use this option when we want to detail information about such process in this one. Okay, and the another one is that PS hyphen U. So in that case, what we see? So what does it return? So if we write like PS hyphen U, so it will display the process for this specific user. Okay, U mean it will display the process of the specific user. So like these are this GB percentage, MEM, all these things. Okay, 1 second. So if we write PS hyphen U, in that case, it will return the specific user. So we have to write that, like we can see that roots. So in that case, we have to like PS hyphen U for the root. So this will like we know that the like what are the like specific user. So root have like some PID, that process ID, like unit identifier, in which time and CMD, all these things. So let's view the like view the process owned by root user. Okay, what are the process used by the root user? Okay, okay. So like till here we understand what are the process. Okay, so the 0. Okay, 1 second. I have to little bit small this 30. So if we have to focus on this one, okay. So leave it. And then next part is if like this like PS hyphen U will be view process owned by the root user. Okay. And another thing is like hyphen X. So like show the process without controlling any terminal. Okay. So if we write like PS hyphen X, so what this thing do? Okay. Okay, like hyphen X, so the process without controlling the terminal. Okay, so like this one hyphen X display the process that do not having the control of TTY. Okay, so these process usually run in this background. So these are the things. Okay, in this we see that in this see that PSI PID TTYD. So like not don't have this one stats. Okay, stats time command, all this thing. Okay, we want to display all the process of user with a terminal. Okay, in that case, like we have to write PS hyphen A. Like display the process for the all the user with a terminal. Okay. So we can like this we have process. Okay. This process and this process, all this thing. Like session, and the session leader is the first process in the session that start other process usually. Okay. If we type like PIP like process ID, so if we like have to like some process ID, like if we like PS like hyphen P like process ID, process process ID. So we don't have like if we have some particular ID, like it display the specific like display some specific process. So like PS hyphen P which want one. Let's see. So like process ID will for 1 and 2 are displayed here. Okay. So like P is used to display the process with the process ID. Okay. Like if we want to display some another like PS hyphen P with some ID like 5, okay, 6 5 6, and P, another that is 7 and 8. So it will return like 5 6, and it display 5 6. And if we write 7 comma 8, so that P option that have multiple PID. So okay, that so have multiple PID. Okay, and PS will combine the specific PID with a single result. Okay, so this will we understand like this thing PID T2ID. So what if we write PS EF and forest? So like hyphen forest display process in a hierarchical tree format. So what happen if we write it is visual? PS hyphen EF hyphen forest. So what it will be? So like it will show in the tree format what is inside. Okay, what is inside or like tree structure. Okay, the tree structure we can see here like different things. Okay, if capital, if we write capital, so like we view all the running process in this Linux. So in the, if we like PS hyphen capital A, so like it will show all this process that are running on the Linux. Okay. Option A display all the process running on the Linux. It is like similar hyphen E option and show the process from all the user including the system services and the background task. Okay. So what if we use PSD? List all the process except the session leader. So if we write PS hyphen D, so it will return everything except the session leader. So in that we like one is missing. Okay. And if we use this, if we use like hyphen capital N, so it exclude the specific process. So if we want to like exclude the specific process, so in that case we use display only session leader. So if you want to display only session leader, so in that case we have like specific option selection. So I don't know the specific, if I want only the specific leader, so in that case like one is included, like one is there is a session leaders are there only. These are the specific session leaders. Okay, and like move to list the process that do not match in this criteria. Okay, and aux, like PS aux, so detailed snapshot of the running detailed snapshot. So if like PS AUX aux, so in like detailed snapshot of this process like root, PID, CPU, memory, RSTTY, stat, start, time, command, all these thing will be PS odd. Like display the process, current process. T mean like list the process associated with the current terminal. Okay, like C hyphen C select the process by the command line. Okay, G mean group selected. So like some group selected. So like what you have like what PS, right? PS hyphen G root. So like G and this group, like every process belong to a user group, and this hyphen G or group option display the process belonging to a specific group. So if you write like root, so these process are like this process ID are belonging to this specific group, that is root. Okay. And if we write the G command, so like select the process by group ID. So like if we write group ID, so if we like the capital, if we like PS hyphen G, we have group ID 1. So in that case, only one is that where PS hyphen G7. So it will know that PS ID having this 7. Okay. So this will show. So additional tool to list and monitor is that additional tool to list this monitor process in Linux. Apart from the PS command, Linux provides several other utility to monitor and list the running process. So by like PS, we can see the running process. So after that, like Linux provides several utility to monitor and list the running process. Okay, these tools are useful when we need to like real time monitoring or interactive process management. A quick lookup on this thing process, like process lookup, the top command. So like I have to clear this thing. Okay, let's say we have top command. Okay, so like top command that we are using, so like this top command is an interactive and real time processing, this is what we call, this is okay, so it is visible. Okay, so what we have to say, this command, so the top command is an interactive and real time processing monitoring tool in the Linux. Okay, top command, and it continuously update the system information such as CPU usage, memory usage, and running process, unlike PS, which provide the statistic snapshot. Look, if you want like a real time monitoring, then in that case we use top. Okay, so this command is for the real time monitoring. Okay, monitoring, whereas that we earlier used PS is like a snapshot. Okay, snapshot, and this stop is a real time. So in that case, top update the process list automatically every few seconds and display the real time system and the process statistics, so the CPU and memory uses of the process, and allow sorting operation by resources, and then enable the user to manage the process interactively. Okay, let's try to see what is inside this top things. Okay, so if we write top, okay, so here we have top, so every time we can see things are changing, like this values, uptime, how many minutes, roots are user PID, all this thing. So we can see that we have PID, that is process ID, user who is the owner of this process. Okay, PR, the priority is given to this, and I mean nice value. Okay, VIRAT, virtual memory uses are represented as VRIT. Okay, rest, that is a residence set size. Okay, SHR is shared memory. Okay, and S represent to the status, CPU percentage, memory percentage, time, like total CPU time. Okay, command for the process name. Okay, so understand all this detailed things or what we have. Okay, so what this is about the top. So it is real time explanation, real time monitoring or interactive tools in a Linux. Okay, that continuously update the system information. We can see that things are changing at a time. Okay, so let's see. So okay, so we understand the top command. Okay, and after that we have h top. Okay, we have to clear this thing. We have h top command. Okay, we have also a h top command. So h top command to list the running process in the Linux. Okay, and top command is used to list the process in a running command in Linux. But what is the difference between top and h top? So h top is an interactive process viewer that provide a more user friendly interface compared to top. So it has a more user friendly than top. Okay, more user friendly than top. So it displays the system information using the colors. So it use color, okay, color, graph. Okay, graph and easier navigation controls. Okay, it allow user to scroll through process and search the process, manage the process directly from the interface. Okay, and the main feature is interactive and color coded. One more thing, display the CPU and memory uses as a graph. Okay, another thing is that allows scrolling through the list, support process searching and filtering. We have to try. Okay, clear this process, clear. So we have h top, so we can see this one like a color, more by using color coded interface. We can see that the CPU uses and the memory we have, okay, and this all this thing, okay. Task we have, threads, user. We understand what is this PIR, like PRI. So in this, like PID is a process ID. User mean who is owning this process. PRI mean that priority is given to which one. NI mean nice value. VIT is like virtual memory uses. Res mean resident set size, so no swap physical memory use. Okay. SHR mean that shared memory. S is the status. CPU uses memory percentage. Command total time, total CPU time. Command mean like command for the process, all this thing. So we can scroll through, like we can scroll through any process, like we can see, okay. After that, if you want to quit, so like, okay. So after that, if we want, after that, another thing is that at ATOP. So like ATOP is same for the listing the running process in the command, okay. But ATOP is advanced system, so it is like advanced system and the process monitoring tool that provide a detailed performance. So it provide a detailed performance, okay, performance matrices, CPU, like memory, all this thing. So like so when we write about like what we are writing about the like, so ATOP, so what we have to write. So ATOP is an advanced system and process monitoring tool that provide a detailed performance matrices for CPU, memory disk, and network uses, and it helps administrator to analyze resource consumption and system bottleneck. So first property is that display the detailed CPU, memory disk, and network uses, show the process level resource consumption, and provide a historical performance logging using dialog system and performance issue. So these are the like property of ATOP. So this is the what is the property of the ATOP, okay. So how we install ATOP? For the installing the ATOP, what we have to do, like how we install this ATOP. So for installing, we have to like sudo apt we want to get this install ATOP, okay. So like command line and option G. So get is not understand. So like we like leave this space. Okay. So now apt. Okay. So install this one. So this thing are like ATOP is installing on this one, and in like in different if we use Red Hat or this all this thing. Now we have installed this ATOP. We're using sudo apt install this thing, okay. You understand what is ATOP? ATOP is advanced system processing monitoring tool that provide detailed performance metrics of CPUs, all this thing, okay. So how we see, like we write ATOP, okay. Like we have the matrices, through matrices we can see, okay. We have PID and then sync sys CPU, like system CPU time, user CPU time, okay. VROGs and relays and UIDs, okay. VROs, that is called as virtual memory growth, okay. RROs mean like residence memory growth, okay. RUID, you can see that RUID root, okay. EUIDs are like effective user ID. ST mean that state, like process state. EXE mean exit. THR mean like thread number, okay. Thread number of threads. S mean the process status. CPU mean like overall CPU, and C like command process. So these are like advanced version of this one. So like how we exit from this one. So we exit from this one, okay. We clear this. ATOP is installed. Now with pgrep, okay. Another command is that is pgrep. Okay, so what is inside this pgrep? The pgrep command search for running process based on the name pattern and return their process id, and it is commonly used when you know the name process name and but don't know the process id. Okay, find the process using name or pattern, return the corresponding process id, useful for scripting and automation and help quickly to locate the running application. Okay, this is all about like pgrep. Okay, like application. So we can pgrep command search for the like running process based on the name pattern and return the like process id, commonly used when the process name but don't know the process id. Find the process by using pattern corresponding process id and useful for scripting automation and help to find quickly application. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, so how we find, so like so how we do, like if we write clear command, so clear command, so like pgrep pgrep and system. I know this thing is available but don't know the pid. Like these are the pids. Okay, these are the pids. Okay, so like view process information, so like view process information using the like PID. So like we know that PS use P by process ID, we can see the process information, all this thing. Okay, after finding the PID using postgraph, you can use PS to view the detail about this one. So we want to see this thing. Okay, so pgrep is used, we know the process name and the pattern, so through which we know the process ID, and using the PS command we can use this thing. Okay, so this is all about PS command. Okay, we understand everything about the PS command. Okay, so like one more question, which command process so the running in a current cell? So like if you want to see the current cell, what is like running, so in like it will be shown by PS command. Okay, so which command provide an interactive color coded scroll level view running in the process? So in the like in that case, like stop is like color coded, all this thing happen in the stop. Okay, and which command display all the process in a system with our tty? So in that case, if you want like hyphen t, like no ps hyphen x is include with including those without tid. Okay, which command show the entire process in a tree format? So like in the tree format, so in that case we use like ps hyphen e hyphen hyphen forest. Okay, which command which command will list PIDs of all the process whose effective user ID match with the root and whose name begin with the sys? So in that case, how we find? So like we find like for that pgrep like a user, like if you like start with the root or sys. So in that case we write like if like you know which command will list the PIDs of all the process whose effective user ID matches with the root. Okay, so pgrep u okay, that is root, and sys, like these process are matching with this one. Okay, so like we understand all about PIDs. Okay, so it take 25 minutes to understand what is PIDs. Okay, so okay, that's all for this lecture. In future lecture we will see like different process and all this thing, different like all this thing, that is stop command, kill command, ip config command, ip command, ping command, netset command. Okay, so that's all for today. We try to see all this thing in the future lecture. Bye bye.